We can start. All right, today we're going to be going over our 8 events of Gait. So the first one we're going to start off with is going to be our heel strike. So heels touching the ground. We got our anterior tibialis, which is innervated by the deep peroneal nerve. That's going to be an isometric contraction. Speaking of isometrics, that's also going to be at the glute max up here. That one is innervated by the superior gluteal, it's the inferior gluteal nerve. And then the only one that's different is our quads. They're going to be eccentrically contracted, and they're innervated by the femoral nerve. So next part we're going to is the flat foot. So now we go from the isometric of our anterior tibialis to now it's going to be eccentrically contracted. Our quads, same thing as it was before, eccentrically contracted. And now our glutes are the only thing that changes to concentric. So from there, we're going to go to our mid stance. Boom, right there. We got a flat foot. So now our anterior tibialis is concentrically contracted. And then now we're taking our quads completely out of it. Boom. Now that's just momentum carrying them. So, and now our glute max is still concentrically contracted, but now we're involving that glute med, which is isometrically contracted. So that one is innervated by the superior gluteal nerve. So as we go from there, we're going to go to heel off. Boom. Now we're changing our ankle muscle to our gastroc and our soleus. So that's going to be concentrically contracted. That's innervated by the tibial nerve. Going up to our quads and our knee area, still nothing. Absolutely nothing going on there. It's all momentum. And now we got our going up to our hip. That's our iliopsoas now going to our hip flexors instead of our glute. That's going to be eccentrically contracted, and that is innervated by the femoral nerve. So now we go from heel off to toe off. So now we got our gastroc and soleus, which is concentrically contracted. Guess what? Quads, knee, still not doing anything. Not a damn thing. So now we're going to our iliopsoas, and now that's going to change from eccentric to concentric contractions. So now we're going to take our first initial swing off. So boom, our pre-swing, or as we call it, we're going back to our anterior tib. So we're getting that dorsiflexion. So that's going to concentrically contract using that deep peroneal nerve. Our knee, still not really doing much here. They're just kind of along for the ride. And then our iliopsoas is concentrically contracted. And so now from there, we're going to our mid swing. And now our antib is still concentrically contracted, while our iliopsoas is concentrically contracted, still with that femoral nerve. And then lastly, we're going to have our terminal swing. Boom, all the way. That's going to still anterior tibialis, going to be concentrically contracted. But now we're getting our hamstrings in. And since our hamstrings are all the way straight, we're eccentrically contracted, and that's through the sciatic nerve. And then now we're going back to that glute max. That's going to be eccentrically contracted by that inferior gluteal nerve. And there it is, gait.